Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a Calp casted game. We're back with the one, the only, the magical Calp, and he's playing as the Abbasid today. A civilization that I personally haven't seen him that much on. We're used to seeing him play civilizations such as the English, what else, maybe Chinese? I think I've seen him on a little bit, but he's known for, like, English. I think that's the main civilization that people sort of know Calp for playing. Just a very turtly civilization. His playstyle is just absolutely crazy, so we have to see what he does here with the Abbasid Dynasty. But have a look at this, Calp going for a two-in-one value lumber camp here. Not lumber camp, but mining camp. Have a look at that. Double value right there for the stone outcropping and the mining camp. That is value if I've ever seen it. But his opponent today spawning in on the northern side of the map. It's Paco Mike. I think this is the first time casting him here on the channel. Not as high rated as some of the other players that we do feature, but Paco Mike's still very high up there in the Conqueror tier. I'm not exactly sure where. I think it might be Conk 2, I believe. I can't quite remember, but either way, very, very good player here. And he's playing as the Delhi Sultanate here, opening up with a mosque onto the berries, and now moving over to the gold. So we have to see what the game plan is here for Calp. I wonder if we'll see military wing out of him, or we'll be seeing eco wing. Eco wing, I think, is an interesting choice in this matchup, right? Because you sort of got two different options. You can either go for the boomy approach, or you can go for the more aggressive approach with the military wing. And basically, what the Delhi are going to look to do here is capture up these sacred sites, right? As they normally would do. Get some walls up. So, what you can do as the Abbasid is you can just completely ignore that. You can just go, okay, I'll let you take the sacred sites. Maybe I'll try to deny this one here in the corners. It's quite easy to wall up. It's near my base, right? You know, you can take these two sacred sites. Do what you want with it. So, that's one option here for Calp. And he just booms behind it. Or you can go up with the military ring and try and just stick it out in H2, which is something the Abbasid can do. But have a look at this. It is going to be the economic wing coming through for Calp. So looking to play it a little bit more boomy this game. We'll have to see exactly what his plans are, but I would assume it's going to be 3 TC here. Economic wing usually does mean 3 TC because military wing's just so damn good, right? With the 2 spears, 2 archers you get immediately. The amount of value you can buy with that. And then you get boot camp later on in the game. Or later on in the feudal age, right? It's so much better than just getting like a little 25% discount on a TC. Sure, you also get a discount on houses and farms and whatnot. But the main reason people look to go Eco Wing is for the discount on the TC. So I would assume we're going to be seeing 3 TCs here out of Calp. We'll have to wait exactly to see how many he goes for. I mean, maybe even go for 4. Who knows? You know, we're going to have to wait and see if he actually looks to put any sort of aggression onto these sacred sites. Because I think some of these are quite easy to wall up. This one's pretty much out of reach, right? This one, you just sort of accept the fact Paco Mike is going to have this one. It's so close to the base. Really easy for Paco Mike to wall up as well. But these sort of sacred sites, you've got to start thinking about, could I stick a TC on this position? Have a look at this. We've got a deer pack over here for Calp. Boom. TC there. You're guarding the sacred site. You got a nice TC here in the corner. And you're looking pretty happy. You could also think about a sacred site over here as well. As we see Calp, he's moving out now with 5 villagers. Calp, you don't have enough stone yet for a TC out here. But I don't think that's the plan. What is he doing? Calp, where are you off to? What on earth are you doing? Oh my goodness. He's going for... what? Calp, you are a madman, you know that. You are a crazy goose. You are a crazy goose. Tower rushing? I'm not sure if you would count this as a rush. We're 4 minutes 30 seconds into the game. I would count this as a rush, right? He's got no units out here. He's on 1 TC. He's got no units out on the field. He's just reached the feudal age. I would say this is a rush. Look at this. This is not what you would expect from an Abbasid player. And he's going to be denying away the gold here. Oh, wrong button. Yeah, Paco Mike, he didn't know about this tower. Paco Mike completely denied away from the gold now. And Paco Mike, he aged up here with the Dome of the Faith, which means it's going to cost him gold to make scholars here. which means he's going to be completely scholarless. Well, he's going to have 2 out, but it's looking a little bit rougher when it comes to the gold. 2 forward golds here. His next gold is all the way over here. I mean, who would expect this from an Abbasid player, right? The one civilization that's probably least likely to tower rush. And the crazy part about this is Kalp didn't even age up with the military wing, right? This would make so much more sense if he went with the military wing to support this with a couple archers, a couple spears, right, to defend this. Get in some really nice aggressive positions, maybe on the woodline with the little army defending it. But that's kind of crazy that Kalp, he's gone for the eco wing behind this, and we see he is on the stone as well, making use of the 2-in-1 mining camp right there. Oh, this is absolutely bonkers here out of Kalp. But the thing is, these sort of strategies actually kind of work just because your opponent doesn't expect it, right? It's one of those things where sometimes doing things that aren't meta, but your opponent doesn't expect, is actually worth it. But Kalp, he's got 5 villagers out here. But look at this. We've already got a stable down and a barracks with 2 scholars inside. So that production is going to be being pumped out really, really fast there. We got Ghazi raiders and spears on the way, Kalp. Can't get up these outposts. He needs to be super careful here. Brings in his scout just to get in that little bit of extra vision. Paco Mike pulling in the units. Arrow Fire going to be helping out here. Arrow Slits comes in. We got enough. Actually, no, we don't have a second TC coming in after this, do we? The stone's just for emplacements. Oh, man. So what is the point of going ecoing behind this? I guess you got Fertile Crescent. Does it give discounts to outposts? Where's outpost? There it is, outpost. 100 wood, no. Do you get emplacement? No. No. Interesting. I'm really curious to see why Kalp has gone with the eco wing here. Because he's just spamming outposts. He hasn't made a single unit behind this either. He's just spamming out outposts, spamming out some houses here. Probably going to be looking to get Golden Age Tier 1, I would assume, with those houses. But Kalp at the moment, look at the vision he has. We're looking at his perspective right now. He sees everything that's going on right now. And it looks like he's now going to be moving around to the south side. Maybe looking to go up to the eastern side. Looks like for the time being, Paco Mike just pumping out a few units. He's got a blacksmith down, so grabbing siege engineering. Problem with the deli is that it does take a little bit longer, 1 minute 22 seconds. It's obviously nothing crazy, right? But it's certainly longer than any other civilization. Golden Age comes in for Kalp. What'd you do here as Paco Mike? I guess he's doing the best he can by getting in siege engineering, just massing up some units here. But you're completely goldless for the time being, and I think that's a real struggle here for Paco Mike. And the thing is, you're being denied away from sacred sites as well. Your scholars, they're now back inside the mosque. It looks like Sanctity has come through as well for him. So, yeah, a little bit of a rough one there for Paco Mike, because at this point in the game, you want to be out here on the sacred sites, start to pick a few of them up, especially with the fact you've gone up with the Dome of the Faith, right? This landmark, you go up with this landmark to get in the cheap scholars, right? So you have plenty of scholars. You just send them out. You just send them out to these sacred sites. But unfortunately for him, he hasn't been able to have done that because of these outposts here from Kalp. Kalp did lose a villager though. In fact, both players have lost 1 villager this game. Kalp might be losing a second one here though. Just looking to stick to this tower here. That is going to be another dead villager. He should be able to get this up though without losing another one though. It's going to be a close one. He gets it up though. Okay. So Kalp slowly making his way towards the berry patch here. Paco Mike has a tower up of his own. I mean, just look at his perspective right now. Paco Mike sees barely anything here, but he must know about these outposts. That's just a scary sight. Outpost trying to get up here for Kalp. Unfortunately, he did lose the wood on this, it seems. And actually behind this, have a look at this. He's going for a second TC. Okay, so this is what I like to see. Maybe even going for a third TC, possibly. I would love to see 3 TCs behind this, right? Because you're just denying Paco Mike away from... You're just delaying him on everything, right? He's on 1 TC. Sure, he's massing up an army. But he's currently distracted here with all of these outposts. We've got fortifications coming through on this outpost as well. Siege engineering is now through for Paco Mike. Doesn't have a ram on the field quite yet, though. In fact, he needs to start to queue up some of these upgrades here. He has double blacksmith, but hasn't queued them up quite yet. So a little bit of an error there. But there it is. The ram is now under construction. So what does Kalp do about this? It's kind of tricky, right? What do you do? You've only got 5 villagers here. So, it seems like Calp's just going to be building this second outpost next to this one. We'll have to see what he does here, though, because I think it's going to be really tricky to deal with this, ram. 5 villagers is not going to be enough here, especially as a couple of them are low on HP. It's something that Paco Mike here, he can just pull everything. He's got a couple of scholars in there as well, just healing up these units. He can look to just dive underneath these, right? And just try and kill the vills. But there, the first sacred site does get captured. Double scholar does get pulled for that. A benefit of having the Dome of the Faith. We see another little army moving to the south and maybe looking to just get in a couple raids here or there. Paco Mike, he's got 1 sacred site in so far. Certainly not looking in a terrible spot. But Calp, he's on 2 TC. Maybe looking for a 3rd TC. But doesn't really have many vills here. Is he pulling more? Oh my goodness, he's pulling more vills. He's a crazy man. Calp, you know you are crazy, right? We got arrow slits coming through on this outpost. Probably fortifications would have been the better upgrade here. But repairs coming in here. Calp loses that first outpost. Going to be losing some villagers with it. At least it's going to be 1 dead villager right there. I mean, Calp. This is so risky. You're playing with fire right here. Like, sure, you're on 2 TC. I guess you have fresh foodstuffs in as well. So you can afford to just sort of throw away a few villagers here or there. But Paco Mike is starting to pick up sacred sites behind this. And with Paco Mike picking up sacred sites, that's when you're starting to fall behind a little bit. And Calpy's just trying to get up a few more outposts here. We see Ghazi Raiders trying to pick off a vill or 2 here. A scholar here as well, but that outpost will get up. Ghazi Raiders. Gonna be picking off maybe a couple vills at home as well. Calp now making use of a 2nd stone outcropping. He's used up the first one. He's onto the 2nd now. We'll be losing another villager. We see eco counts at the moment even. I feel like Calp's missed out on a bit of villager time here. Like, he's had only 4 dead vills, but they're even. I feel like this town center would have paid off a little bit more, but it's just, he's struggling over here. The army here for Paco Mike is so damn strong. And the thing is, with the deli as well, you have to kill the units. You can't let them get away on low HP. Oh, he does find the scholar though. Yeah, so you really have to kill everything here. Otherwise, the scholars would just come in, repair everything up. More raids going off. Oh, the wolf killing the scholar there. I don't think the scholar's going to be able to get the sacred site. Unless the wolf gets somehow lured away. But unfortunately there for Paco Mike, he's losing a lot of stuff here. Sure, he's idling a bit of Calp's economy here, but he's losing a lot of army for it, and especially over here as well. The amount of army that Paco Mike has actually lost, it's been pretty insane. But this could be the turning point for Paco Mike. Look at this, 3 rams out on the field. Paco Mike can honestly just commit underneath this tower. It's worth it, right? Maybe try and avoid this tower here, but now Calp going to be retreating away with those vills. He has Wheelbarrow in, so he is going to be able to run away nice and fast here. 2nd sacred site gets captured up. 3rd sacred site. 4 HP. The 1 sacred site he didn't pull 2 vills. No way does he save that on 4 HP. And we see here Paco Mike. Look how many horsemen he lost. Or Ghazi Raiders as they are now. That's a huge amount. He's been focusing on what's been going on over here. And Calp surprisingly still 3 vills ahead. Absolutely crazy. This man with his towers. He still hasn't made a single unit, by the way. We're 13 minutes into this game. He has yet to make a unit. He's only made villages and outposts. Calp, you are crazy. And Paco Mike behind this is actually just going to be aging up. The sacred site is starting to bring in the money. 300 gold a minute. You only need to wait 2 minutes for, to have enough gold for the age of Paco Mike. Look at the amount of gold he has in the bank behind this, right? I feel like any other civilization you do this to, it's great. Honestly, do this against the French, do this against the Holy Roman Empire, you're looking golden. But the problem with the Delhi is the fact they've got sacred sites. And actually, Paco Mike, he's gathering gold from up here, so maybe a little bit of a macro issue. Honestly, just pull these guys off the gold, stick them on the berries or on the wood or something. Because you've got so much gold right now. But Calp, what is going on here? We got 21 villagers over here outposting a house of learning. What is going on, Calp? And now Paco Mike, he's pulling the vills. If this isn't the thumbnail, I don't know what is. This is just crazy. Do we have textiles in? We got textiles in for Calp, no textiles in for Paco Mike. But we got TC Fire helping out here. Honestly, Paco Mike can take this fight. He's got 4 archers here as well. That's going to be the game changer. Sure, the outpost is doing quite a bit of damage here, but it's not going to be enough. The amount of value Paco Mike is finding here. Kalp is ahead by 5 bills still. That is because of the second TC. But behind this, Kalp is on all... Well, in saying that, Kalp is actually denying away 2 sacred sites. Paco Mike, you know, he's had a lot of gold income here, though. So... Uh-oh. Kalp. Ooh, I mean, they're even on bills at the moment. We got men-at-arms coming through, but I think the problem here for Kalp is look at the resource bank for Paco Mike. He's saved up so much from these sacred sites, and he's an age ahead now. I mean, sure, you're putting on some good pressure here, but Paco Mike's starting to clean this up. He's got a decent gold economy behind this. He's got plenty of food still, at least. Maybe he doesn't have that much food, to be fair. He still has access to these berries as well shortly, so he's going to be alright for the near future. But, I don't know, Kalp, you're ahead by 3 bills at the moment. I feel like you probably want to find a little bit more value than that. Paco Mike, he's killed 16 bills this game, which is just kind of crazy. For 16 minutes into this game, he's killed more villagers than there have been minutes in this game. And Kalp, you've pulled more bills. Why? Actually, I think they came out of this outpost, to be fair, but still, this is just... Kalp. You are one crazy player. You are... Oh, Kalp amazes me, honestly, sometimes. It looks like Kalp is going to be lured away here. Maybe you just pull the boar. Pull the boar on the scholar. But sacred sites still denied away from Paco Mike, but he's got a new source of gold income now, as relics are starting to be brought into the mosque. We got 1 in there. I'm sure we'll have more on the way as well as scholars move out to those relics. But Kalp, maybe if you were 3 TC behind this, it would have worked. I think Kalp may be doing the villager only challenge here. As we do see him dropping down that 3rd TC, he understands he's lost way too many builds this game. He's lost 21 builds. And you're an age down. And you haven't killed that many. I mean, you killed 10 builds. That's actually quite a decent amount. But you're still... actually, to be fair, Kalp is actually a decent builds ahead. He's killing a load on the gold here. That's what it is. Look at this. Oh, Kalp actually finding value now. And he's on 3 TC behind this. I think he needs to try and find himself a castle age soon. Because he needs to get out some crossbow and stuff to deal with what Paco Mike's making. He's making a lot of heavily armored units. Men-at-arms, archers, war elephants. War elephants is actually going to be a great unit here to deal with this. But yeah, Kalp, look at the amount of value he's actually found here. This gold mine has been so bad for Paco Mike. Honestly, if I'm Kalp, just get rid of these vills and... oh, okay, there it is. It's almost like I'm playing the game for Kalp. Yeah, just run away with these. You're ahead by 17 bills now. Honestly, it was looking rough for Kalp. He killed like 3 bills, and he was down by like 21 a second ago. But he's... Kalp. We're on 4 TC now. We need to get to castle age. Honestly, this could work for... I don't know if he's doing the bill only challenge. He might be. So I don't know if he can make units or not. But let's say if he can make units... You need to get to the castle age, and you need to try and pump out some crossbows, because it's going to be a matter of time before Paco Mike reaches the base. We see he's rallied over here, all the way over to Kalp's base. Kalp shouldn't be too far away. We see he's actually edging up now already. That food income comes through really, really fast. Military wing is going to be the way here. You get the 2 camel riders upon the age up. You probably want to go into boot camp immediately, as well as... you probably don't need composite bows, because archers probably aren't going to be the way here. Crossbows and spears, maybe Gulams. Gulams could definitely be a nice unit here. Gulams actually a really, really nice unit up against other men-at-arms. They're pretty bonkers. I saw a recent Farm Man video on Gulams versus men-at-arms. Versus English men-at-arms, and they had armor-clads in. And the Gulams still won. That's meant to be a fight that the English can win pretty easily, right, up against normal men-at-arms. But the Abbasid, they got boot camp as well, obviously giving the plus 15% health. So honestly, I think Gulams could be a really, really nice choice here, especially with the fact Paco Mike doesn't have through honed blades yet. Actually, it's 2 minutes away, so you will have that through eventually. But men-at-arms here, or Gulams as they are for the Abbasid, going to be able to do a really, really nice job here, and they're going to be able to get off some decent raids, right? Gulams are extremely good at raiding bills. As we see Paco Mike having to go into a second TC here at the back with a load of builds. He's down by a massive amount at this point in time. And Kalp, what are you doing here? Idling a load of builds. But honestly, Kalp looking in a really solid spot. He is not doing the Vil only challenge, though it did look like it. He hasn't made a single unit yet. And we're 20 minutes into the game, which is pretty bonkers. But look at this. Paco Mike, he arrives with the force. He's building more rams. More men-at-arms are on the way for him. Kalp, you're going to need to pump out some units real fast. We see he reaches that next stage. He's got plenty of food in the bank. All right, we're back from the crash. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. I think it's a bit of a bug at the moment where we've had... basically, when players age up, the game seems to crash. I didn't realize it happened in the caster UI as well, but it seems like that does happen, which is a little bit annoying. But anyway, we're back. Kalp, he's got the 2 camel riders out. He's got 6 Gorlams out on the field. We see he's producing from a lot of them right now. Needs to get more into queue though, honestly. Oh, he's lacking gold. This is the consequence of this. Well, it's not a consequence. It's a little buff or nerf, sorry, to these units from their predecessor, the Men-at-Arm. They cost an extra 10 gold each. And Kalp at the moment, he has enough food. Usually it's the food that's the issue here. But no, it's the it's the gold. But we see here, the town center goes down. Landmark victory is approaching now for Paco Mike. We see 1 out of 2 taken down. And Kalp here, I mean, he's taking the fight right here. Honed Blades does come in. We see the subscribe pop-up comes up once again because I had to start recording. So go on, hit that subscribe button while we're watching this fight. But Gorlam's going to be taking this fight here. We got the Camel Riders in here as well. They always help out. They do some good damage. In fact, these are actually pretty decent units. They do 15 damage here. So actually, they do really good damage up against the Men-at-Arms. And it looks like Kalp is able to hold this. Builds being pulled here. Kalp up to 92. He can afford to lose some builds here. Takes out 2 of the Rams. 2 town centers lost for it. Still on 2 TC. At the moment, they're even on town centers. And he's probably going to look to repair up his main one as well. So Kalp looking in a decent spot. But archers and men-at-arms running through the base right now, trying to find as many build kills as possible. Paco Mike realizes he needs to try and catch up when it comes to that department. But Kalp, he's doing a good job to hold here. Look at the men-at-arms. They're just dying right now. And this is a perfect opportunity for Kalp to be able to dive into the base of Paco Mike. We see, look at the amount of men-at-arms. We've got 24. Well, they're not men-at-arms. They're Gorlams. Gorlams. 26 of them now. 26 men-at-arms, and they're going to be running towards the base of Paco Mike right now. Plenty of builds, 11 builds there, healing up or repairing up that town center. Kalp all over the map right now, looking to gather from some deer on the stone outcropping. Probably going to be looking for maybe a keep drop, could possibly be the case. But Paco Mike, he's now reacting to this with some crossbow, with some lancers, with some men-at-arms. Honestly, I think you just pump out the crossbow, right? Lancers, good choice. I think lancers could definitely be a nice unit here to just sort of raid a little bit. Kalp's all over the map right now. Just trying to shut that down. You know, send a knight over here, send a knight over there. Could definitely be a nice. But I think the priority at the moment is just to get out men-at-arms and crossbow. Just men-at-arms, nice tanky unit, right? Nice and just good unit to sustain the damage while the crossbows on the back line do the real damage, right? But crossbows starting to come out. We're only up to 4 out for Paco Mike. If Kalp can get us around on the crossbow, it could be looking pretty bad for him. But a War Elephant in here as well, able to tank up a lot of the damage here. I don't think Kalp's got enough here to deal with this. Spring on placement also through on the outposts. Plenty of crossbows now coming out. We're up to 7. Yeah, Paco Mike, he's boosting up the archery ranges with the scholars. So they come out so damn fast. Sprung on placements through on all of the outposts as well. Some really, really good damage coming through here for Kalp. Or from Paco Mike onto Kalp. Kalp actually losing out on so much army right now. Honestly, I think you may have needed a mangonel before you went into that. Abbasid can make them from the battlefield. Maybe it was a bit of I don't think Kalp was expecting Paco Mike to have all of that. Paco Mike actually has a really good economy behind this as well. 2 TC, 2 sacred sites, 80 builds compared to the 100 of Kalp. And Kalp, he spent a lot of the resources here. He's going for a keep. Have a look at this. He's got to keep going on in the base. Another... Kalp, how many TCs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you lost one earlier on as well. Kalp, you're a madman when it comes to TCs. And you've got enough stone in the bank as well for another keep. That's kind of bonkers. But Kalp, you need to be careful. Look at the army coming through from Paco Mike here. It's a huge army. to see what Paco Mike looks to go into next. Oh my, Calp, please. Please, man. You're 100 vills already, Calp. You do not need a 6th town center. You do not need a 6th town center. What is the plan here? What is Calp's plan? Is he looking to just mass vills and then maybe go for like a keep drop? I get... if there's any civilization to do this with, it's definitely the Abbasid, right? Fertile Crescent, you get discounted TCs, and then fresh foodstuffs, you get discounted vills. I don't know, it just seems... it seems a bit ridiculous. And Calp, he goes for a spring order as well. I'm not exactly sure what that one's for, as Paco Mike doesn't have any siege out on the field. In saying that, he's got a trebuchet in the queue. In fact, he's got a couple rams in the queue as well, so maybe Springald. Good unit. You can always do some damage here. You know, it's certainly not Age of Springle, but it still does some decent damage. And there it is, the Mangonel going to be coming through from Calp. This is what he needs right here. He's also making some spears as well, just to defend the siege. And there we have a keep coming through. Calp, he doesn't have any siege workshop to make any sort of trebuchet. The best thing he's got here is a Mangonel and vills. No, Calp, no. No. We do not need a 7 TC, Calp. We're at 114 vills. We're like tops a minute away from being at the cap for the amount of vills you need this game. And Calp, is he pulling the vills? He might be. Oh, he's going for another keep in the base here. What is going on here, Calp? Why do we need so many TCs, Calp? Oh my goodness. We got a couple Mangonels out here. Villagers gonna get taken down from the crossbows. Mangonel gonna get a huge shot off though. In fact, double Mangonel. Another. Almost a huge shot. But the keep's gonna be getting up. Calp at this point in time is like, you killed like what? 20 vills there. So what? I'll have that back in like 2 seconds. But in saying that, 2 TCs have been taken out now. Mangonels, Golems, and Spears making their way to the front line here. Able to defend. But Paco Mike behind this, he's holding on pretty well. He's on 2 TC himself. He's on 2 Sacred Sites. He's pushing Calp into his base here. No. Oh, Calp. I feel like this is a meme build right here. if anyone hasn't gathered that by now, pretty sure this is a meme build. I don't understand the plan here for Calp. Is he looking to just... I don't even know what the plan is here. I don't get it. Why so many TCs? Oh man, Calp, you are a crazy man. You are one crazy guy. And behind this, Calp isn't even making any. He doesn't have enough food. You build all these TCs, Calp, but you have no food. Is he looking to get Golden Age tier 3 now with these houses? He's at max. He's got maximum population. And have a look at this. The mass farm transition is coming through for him. He needs to get this through faster. And have a look at this, Calp. He's got to keep over here on the gold. I don't think Paco Mike knows about this, but he's got bigger he's got bigger ambitions right now than to take out a keep. He's going up with the Hisar Academy, a landmark that we don't see that often. It's usually the other one. The one that makes elephants, the big bad elephants. They're pretty cool, but yeah, not very often we see this landmark. Just gives you food. That's pretty much it. And acts as a university. So I guess maybe he wants to get in the university upgrades nice and fast, I guess. But honestly, I don't think this landmark's that great. I guess if you want the food eco, great. Just spam men-at-arms into the basic Calp. Maybe I can see it then. But Calp's going to be moving forward now with his Springalds, looking to take out this trebuchet. He's going to be going down, not going to be able to pack up in time. And Calp at the moment, he's looking to just hang on in the base here. Plenty of farms through from him, plenty of TCs through from him. Does he have his blacksmith upgrades through? He doesn't. No, Calp, you need this upgrade. You need to get tier 2 ranged attack right here. These upgrades are so important because they increase the damage from your keeps and TCs. And with the amount of TCs you have here, if you're able to garrison all your villas inside, I feel like that upgrade is going to come through pretty clutch. But Paco Mike, I think the reason he went Imperial Age is for the Roller Shutter Triggers upgrade. Really important upgrade here. It does take 4 minutes to come through though, so Calp's still got some time before he needs to start worrying about these Springalds. But look at Paco Mike right now. He's just cleaning up the base of Calp right here. He's building up such a huge mass. I think he stops villager production for the time being, I think. Yeah, he's just stopped villager production, or at least on 1 TC. I think this is a good choice, right? You just want to mass up as much army as possible now, just to try and stop whatever this is, whatever Calp's doing. Because Calp is one crazy guy. Look at this, he's pulling vills. How many vills? We got 30 vills being pulled towards Springalds right now. Luckily, Paco Mike does have greased axles through. So these Springalds going to be moving pretty fast. At least I think it's through. Yeah, it is through. It is through. So I don't think he's going to be losing that many. I think maybe just the 1, maybe 2. But trebuchets are through, starting to siege this down. And Calp taking a big fight on the backline here. Springal's going to be taking down the rams. Mangonel's coming through pretty clutch here, dealing a huge amount of damage. Going to be able to push back those crossbows as well. But Calp, I don't know what the plan is here from him. As we see now, outpost going up here for Paco. Oh, and we got to keep drop. Oh, this is terrible for Calp. If he doesn't spot this, he doesn't spot this. Calp's going to have no gold. In saying that, he's got almost 5k in the bank. So, you know, he's still going to have plenty of gold for the time being. But long term, it's going to be a big issue for him. He won't have any gold. So, Calp, he's going to have to do something in the next couple minutes to be able to do something here. We've got the culture wing coming through from him. He needs to get this Imperial Age through. He needs to get the roller shutter trigger upgrade to be able to have any sort of siege battle here, right? He needs to start to take out some of these bombards. And Calp now, he's losing so many vills. We see cannon emplacements coming through now. That outpost is going to get up. Lots of vills for Calp going down. These trebuchets and bombards doing so much damage right now. This keep going to be the next target. And honestly, I think at this point, Paco might think about going for a little bit of a wall at the front here. Just a little bit of a stone wall here. Fill it with your units. Nice little buff that the... Oh, actually, you need the compounder of the defender to do that. Okay, never mind. But you can still build a stone wall with some builds, right? Then set up some trebuchets behind it and just look to go for the landmark snipe with the House of Wisdom and Town Center. But the keep goes down, which means the Golden Age is deactivated. Calp on a Golden Age tier 1. Definitely unfortunate for him. And with that, GG gets called. Calp, he taps out. He realizes maybe the 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 town center strat isn't working out. But if you did enjoy this game, consider leaving a like, consider subscribing, become a member, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.